Hey guys, thanks for joining us at Rock Church. My name is Chris, and before we get started, I wanted to remind you guys to connect to community. Follow us on Instagram at RockChurchMV, shoot us questions, prayer requests, and our staff or leaders will get back to you. As we get started today, I encourage you to grab a Bible, notebook, and a pen. Here's Blake.
Hey everybody, what's up? Blake here, bringing you guys this week's message. I hope you guys have had a great week, staying safe. But now that restrictions are kind of easing up, hoping that you guys can maybe go get a tasty burger, sit inside somewhere, still be safe with all the precautions. But glad we're finally seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. Praise Jesus. We're slowly making our way out of here. Us Rock staff, we continue to pray for you guys, and we hope you guys have just had a great week, and we hope the week gets better. We have some big news coming out soon, I think, regarding some stuff that we're excited to tell you guys. But let's jump into the message. Here we go. So guys, this week we're going to be talking about doing big things with small steps, right? So when we have influence over someone, we have the potential to change something about who they are, right? Maybe we change little things about them, or we can change what they think. We want them to think a certain way. We want them to do what we do, or we just want them to change how they live their lives. When we hear the word influence, we don't always think of something positive, right? This influence can bring a lot of negative thoughts to our mind also. We sometimes think about what the adults in our lives tell us about how we influence others, right? They're telling, well, make sure you look out for your siblings, don't influence them in bad ways, or be a good influence to your friends, right? We always hear this word influence. So sometimes we think of influence as bad, right? Like, it doesn't always bring positive thoughts to our mind. We're told not to influence others in negative ways. Like I just mentioned, we don't want to bring about negative actions to someone because of our actions. Or we're told not to hang out with people who are bad influences on us. We've all been there, right? Where you have a group of friends who just doesn't bring out the best in us. The adults in our lives talk about influence this way because, well, they love us and they want what's best for us, right? They tell us this because they've probably been there before themselves. They don't just say this to say it like dads or moms. Sometimes the thought of being a good influence, though, feels like a lot of responsibility, right? How many of you guys have to be the responsible one in your friend group? Sometimes hanging out with people who are good influences also just doesn't sound like a lot of fun, right? And it's always easy to make the bad choices because there's it's easier to do that. While our choices and behaviors have a lot to do with our influences, there's a lot more to influence than just that, though. A lot of things can influence us, and it's not always something straightforward and easy to just get out of the way or to mentally comprehend. In the book of Acts, we read about this group of people who led the start of the church after Jesus came to earth and after he went up to heaven, right? Peter, one of these leaders, wasn't always the best decision maker. Like, there's a whole thing denying Jesus 3 times, right? But anyways, Jesus knew, though, that Peter's ability to influence others wasn't just about his behaviors and choices. Right? There's more to it than that. It was about God working in Peter. God can work in all of us. God desires to work in all of us, right? And Peter and his community used their God-given influence for good to teach people to love God and love others. Right? Are we doing enough of that, guys? Are we teaching people that? Are we showing that? Peter and his friends did this by taking it one step at a time. And we read it in Acts 2:42-47. A deep sense of awe came over them all, and the apostles performed many miraculous signs and wonders. And all the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had. They sold their property and possessions and shared the money with those in need. They worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with great joy and generosity, all while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved. Doing big things starts with small steps. Our ability to influence others isn't about behaviors and choices. It's about saying yes to using our God-given influence for good, one step at a time. We can take small steps every day to inch us closer and closer toward using our influence for good and for God's purpose in our lives. Right? God gives us His influence to grow His kingdom. The more steps we make toward being a positive influence, the more impact we'll make and see over time. Right? Like for me, I've been running this small group of junior boys now, and I've been leading them since they were little munchkins in 6th, 7th, and some were even in 8th grade. Right? And during this time, when we first started, pretty much since 6th grade to like freshman-ish year, kind of even sophomore year, they didn't really open up a ton. It would take, it was like cracking a coconut. I tried to figure out how to do it, and I just couldn't do it. And it was really hard. It was hard on me because I'm like, man, I just want to grow my relationship with these boys. But over time, these small steps of me just asking them questions, digging deeper, and wanting to hear what was going on in their lives led to them being more comfortable with me. And now we have an awesome relationship where they share things with me. I give them advice. I share things with them. They even give me advice. And that's really what these small groups are all about, is growing, but taking these small steps and making them into big steps, making them into big jumps even, growing in each other's faith. So to take small steps toward being a big influence, try first thinking about how and in what way you want to influence others. Right? That's important. Think about that. But then taking one small step toward using your influence for good. And finally, doing big things starts with small steps. You got to remember that. It's like baby steps. Babies don't just start off running. They start off walking, falling, right? That's how it's got to be. And it's never too late to start taking small steps in the direction of being a better influence. So think about this question, guys. What's one way I want to influence the people around me? You guys all have lots of influence. You guys all have lots of ways to influence. God's given each one of you specific gifts that He wanted to give you so that you could bring more people to know Him and to show the love that He has for them by using you. Okay, so you guys have lots of influence. Jesus gave you this responsibility. He loves you so much that He gave you this responsibility, and He wants you guys to go share the good news that He died for the people, for everyone, and rose again so that we could spend eternity in heaven with Him. That's how much He loves you guys. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Hope to see you guys soon. The Rock staff will continue to be praying for you guys. We love you guys, and we hope you guys just stay safe and that you guys enjoy this video. Like and subscribe to our channel. Hit us up on Instagram, Rock Church MV. We'd love to hear some of your guys' prayer requests, input, whatever you guys got. Bye, guys.